In the top left, our Polish Zerg player losing that first game. He is
Ego Esports, Elazer.
He's been oozing confidence ever since that win over Dark in the round of 16.
And in the bottom right, he should be oozing confidence as well. America's best chance, he is
Ting, Neeb.
just some phenomenal play out of him this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, the victory over Stats, I think that's just a massive one, man. Like, that's one you can be so proud of. Just like Time could be very proud of his victory over Sue. And you know, some people might say, like, oh, Sue wasn't on his best, whatever. If you can come to Korea and defeat Sue 3-0, I think that's absolutely massive, and you can be proud of that for a long time. But yeah, Neeb finally getting some victory over Stats after he lost the last 3 official encounters. Now he was down 1-0 as well, turning that one around, and the way he played in those games, stunning stuff.
Well, to be honest, he's been speaking kind of down of himself about playing against Stats, and then once I saw game 1, I was like, does he just have a mental block against Stats? You know, this doesn't even look like Neeb's best play. But yeah, I mean, he brought it together. I mean, Seoul is so good at this point, and we all talk about Seoul so much, but before Seoul, there was Neeb, right? This is the first guy that really, truly gave hope to the non-Korean scene of beating Koreans, winning, you know, the Kespa Cup over here in Korea in, what was that, 2016, and, you know, winning all those WCS circuit events and everything. I mean, the kid's a monster, and maybe this is going to be another title for him.
He really is. In my eyes, Neeb is the second best non-Korean player we've ever had. I know we had a lot of great ones in the early days, and you always got to talk about the Stefanos, the Naniwa, Scarlet, of course, still around. Snoot was great for a very long time. Jinro had its success. But for me, what Neeb did, the consistency that he showed in 2017, I'm like, guys, we have never seen this before. Sarah's like, no, you haven't, but let me show you something better. It's like, okay. But yeah, I mean,
look, Neeb's great, and I'm going to let you finish. But
that's really how it went for me. I was so impressed by the things that Neeb did. At one point, he made it look easy to win these events, and people were like, well, it's just a WCS event. I'm like, no, like, there's so many good players from that NA region as well. You know, you always have the specials there. Then all the Europeans who were practicing hard, I was like, man, what Neeb is doing, it's unreal. Like, I don't think we'll see this kind of stuff before from just a single player in this circuit. And, well, I was wrong, but it was still really, really impressive.
No, totally. I'm on board with you with that. I actually, like, was saying that Neeb was the GOAT foreigner at that point after the Kespa Cup and all those circuit wins. And I mean, the circuit was tough as hell back then as well. Like,
and the way he won those events too, it wasn't like bumping and bruising or something. It's like, no, I think in the end he won like 21-3 in maps or something. It was just like all their domination.
So here we are, game number 2. I mean, we've already kind of gone over how Neeb's play was really cool. He kind of caught Elazer off guard a little bit. What do you think that Elazer needs to switch up here if he wants to win on Acropolis?
Yeah, it's a very different map, right? It's kind of hard to compare the two, because if you would make, let's say, the same amount of Zerglings as you did on Thunderbird, then there is a good chance that you can be a lot more effective with it on this map, because often that Nexus is going to be a lot more exposed. Maybe you can grab a couple of adepts. Like, I don't think that first game was that much to feel bad about for Elazer. Like, he had his good moments and he has bad moments. I just think it really went bad when he sent almost all of his roaches towards the south side, and then suddenly the brutes were exposed, and then he brought them back. But then first they were not there, and then I feel like he almost sent the roaches too far forward, right? Because it looked like we were looking at like 15 roaches fighting 6 immortals. Be like, like those are going to be gone real quick. This is a cool move out, by the way, by Neeb. It's kind of one of his old school builds. He does not have resonating glaives here, but obviously the oracles are there to protect these adepts.
Yeah, I quite like this actually. Just a little bit of pressure. If your opponent under-prepares for this, you can actually get a lot of drones with it. Looks like a ton of Lings are being made right now.
Yeah, I'd probably
go home. Being very careful.
I'd probably go home if I'm Neeb right now. I'd be like, yeah, you know, you've shown your units. They've been here for a while. The second Oracle is cool and all, but look at the amount of Overlords. I mean, it's a meme in the European scene, right? When they always talk about the Elazer Overlords, like that's a thing. But this is actually getting pretty extreme. He has 40 supply available, and there's extra Overlords on the way.
Oh my gosh. Definitely not optimal, but maybe he's got some PTSD from that previous game where he lost so many.
I don't know, man, it's pretty sick. 50 supply available. You look at Neeb's build, and he's like, do I need an extra pilot? Like, maybe soon, you know? I can get like 2 extra workers. Elazer is like, bam, 60 free supply. Why not?
He's not messing around. At least he doesn't wait till he's supply blocked like Stefano used to, right?
He's getting like more overlords as well. He's crazy. Now glaives are on the way, and he actually maintained the initial adepts.
Yeah.
This is gonna get risky, man, for Elazer. He does have a decent economy, obviously, and he's getting his first roaches now, but he's gonna need a lot of roaches then.
Yeah, he certainly is. I actually really like builds like this, where it's just pressure, pressure, pressure. You know, it's not like this is some sort of 7-gate baloney. He's still making some probes here. He's going to saturate his third base, but there's a lot of danger for Elazer.
Oh my god, that's so many adepts.
Yeah. 21 adepts.
With glaives. And I mean, yes, there's going to be roaches, and roaches and queens are very good against adepts, but it's very hard to get. Oh my god, he's building drones as well. And another overlord. Jeez. Elazer, what are you doing? I think he might actually just crumble and die here.
Well, he's going to have 200 supply available to build, so that's good at least. But yeah, that is a lot of adept shades.
I mean, it's going to be so hard for these roaches and queens to always be in the right position. And maybe even the right position is not the right position, because can he really fight this amount of adepts? Don't forget, the oracles are still there. There is still a phoenix in the mix as well.
Look at that, shades forward right now. And you got to bring all your units here as Elazer. He's already lost a huge amount of the Zerglings he's made, and now the adepts are able to almost one-volley everything.
But I must say I'm surprised he hasn't dropped that many drones yet. I kind of expected more drones to go down by now. He's doing his best to maintain the situation. I mean, I love this by Neeb, though, splitting off 2 adepts into the natural. And now the drone kills that I was talking about are actually starting to show up. That's minus 25 drones. And what do you do right now if you're Elazer? You're down 28 workers.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he's got some army supply, but it's not like you can counterattack with this garbage army you have as a Elazer.
Nope. I really feel, by the way, if those oracles would have been there, it would have been even a lot worse.
Yeah, yeah. Well, everything's targeting the adepts at that point.
This is not a pretty game by Elazer, man. It really is not.
No. Feels like he might be just a little bit off this game. Yeah, 106 of 200, look at that.
And he's still building overlords.
Yeah, he is. He is.
I don't know what's happening.
He's a broken computer. Every time an overlord gets attacked by a phoenix, he makes another one.
He's like, no.
24 OVs, all right.
He's like, I don't care what happens in this game, but I will not be supply blocked. It's like, well, I mean, he did bounce back worker-wise very quickly, obviously firing up nothing but drones, and he's at 67 now. Still building overlords.
Yeah, he's building 2 more overlords.
Yeah, it's actually becoming
3
more overlords. What is this?
He's going to be at 27 overlords. Okay, so let's try to think of a strategy where you need 27 overlords.
I'm going to need
So you make them all into overseers.
Yeah.
Okay, you goop all the buildings forever. Your opponent can't make any units.
That's
can't
true.
get upgrades, can't do anything, Roddy.
Neeb is going to be stuck at 118 supply for the rest of the game. That'd be sick, mate. All right, well, Elazer is going to try to make something happen, but even those 2 oracles, they can work on these ravages for such a long time.
Yeah, it's true.
There's nothing that really shoots up here. Elazer is morphing 22 Banes. He does have Bane speed, right?
Yeah, a lot of aggression here. I mean, this is actually a pretty scary army against what Neeb has. The oracles definitely make it less so. Yeah. Look at that, just warping in a lot of High Templars here. Needs to make Archons.
Okay, there is Bane speed at least. Yep, you need to morph the other High Templars into Archons as well. I don't know if we have batteries. I mean, you're right. If the links around does go off and the Immortals, there is a tiny bit of hope. But no, oh, those Banes do some good splash damage.
Yeah, I mean, they're getting some good connections, but eventually he's going to run out of Banes here.
Yeah,
and it feels like even a Zealot round is going to clear up what's left.
I mean, it's doing a lot better than I expected. I'm not gonna lie. All of the Immortals actually going down. Now these probes is only exposed as well, Dan.
Yeah, he's losing quite a few at this point. He's got to be careful about that, but he does warp in some more Zealots. The army is very weakened at this point. The Oracles definitely did a lot of work.
I definitely make an Overlord or 2 right now.
Well, he needs a couple more. You don't want just 27.
All right, if Elazer can get this 4th base, then we definitely still have a game on our hands. That fight went a lot better. Imagine if Neeb spaces out the Immortals a little bit, the 2 Archons are ready, and he has 2 shield batteries there. He's totally fine. None of that actually happens. But hey, that's what Elazer needed to really turn this into a game, and now we do have a game.
Well, his creep spread is looking all right, and if he wants to send out, like, I don't know, 20 of his Overlords, he could probably fill up the rest of the map. So he's got some vision. He's got his 4th base up. Of course, Neeb does as well, but, you know, just reducing the Immortal count that much is very helpful as well.
Yep. Do we have shield batteries yet there at that base?
No, he doesn't need shield batteries, man.
No, he's
He's
believing
Neeb.
in the units. I mean, Elazer is actually doubling the army supply. I wouldn't even mind a Void Ray here or something. Like, I know it sounds silly, but I actually think it's kind of okay here because it's just Roaches and Lynx. It's important that the Banelings don't splash over everything once again.
Those are great Banelings. He actually removed a lot of the Zealots. Luckily, Neeb does pull some back. A few more Banelings come in late to the party. Neeb has to pull his probes, though, here he feels. Only 5 Immortals left over, and is he? Oh my god, he's even taking bile hits here.
Yep, he needs Zealots desperately. We really need a couple of Zealots. It's unbelievable, but I actually think Elazer is going to tie up the score here.
This is unbelievable. This really felt Neeb favored for a long time this game. GG. And